Today I'm gonna show you how to play PS3 games on PC using the best emulator for it, RPCS3. This video will cover everything from how to install the emulator, how to add your games and update them, the best settings for each game, and DLC installation as well. This is my complete RPCS3 setup video updated for 2025. If you're planning on buying on Amazon, please use my affiliate link below in the description. Any product on the website will count and you will be directly supporting the channel. First thing I want to show you is the PC requirements in order to run this emulator. I'll put the link of this page on the description of the video, but you can see right here the recommended and minimal specs. And the performance will depend not just on your PC specs, but also the game as well. Some games perform better than others. And your CPU will matter much more than GPU when emulated in this case. Now let's start with the emulator installation. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna get is the emulator itself. The link for this page will be on the description of this video. And this emulator is available on Windows, Linux, and macOS, but this tutorial is for Windows PC. So right here on the Windows section, you're gonna click right here where it says download for x64. Go ahead and click on this one and put the file on the desktop of your computer. Also, still here on this page, you're gonna scroll down a little bit, and where it says installing on Windows, you're also going to download Visual C++. This is required in order for the emulator to work. So go ahead and click on this one to download the file, and also put it on the same place, the desktop of your PC. Next, we're gonna get 7-zip. This is required for extracting files if you are on Windows 10. But if you are on Windows 11, you can also get this file too, but Windows 11 has its own extracting feature, right? So you can just use that as well. But if you are on Windows 10 on 7-zip, click here on this download button to get the file, and you're also going to drop this on the desktop of your PC. Now on your desktop, you should have all three files with you, right? And we're gonna start by installing VC++. It is this file right here. So go ahead and double click on this file. And this window will open up for you. And there is a chance that you already have VC++ installed on your PC. If you played games on your PC before, actual PC games that is, then there is a good chance that you already have it, which is the case for me right here. It says right here, modify installation. So if this window shows up for you, you don't have to install this. You can go ahead and close this, but if it does not, then you're just gonna keep clicking on next until it is fully installed. Next, we're gonna install 7-zip if you also got this file. And this one is very straightforward. You just have to double click on the 7-zip file, and this window will show up. And all you gotta do is just click here on the install button. With a few moments, and there you go. It's already installed, so go ahead and click on close. And you should see that both icons are going to look like the one that I have here, which means that 7-zip is working as it should. Now, at this point, you can go ahead and delete VC++ and also 7-zip. We're not gonna need this anymore. You're just gonna need the emulator file itself. So what you're gonna do here on the RPCS3 file, you're gonna click on it with the right button, and then put your mouse on top of 7-zip, and then you're gonna click on extract to and the name of the emulator. That way, all the files will be inside a folder. There you go. You should now have this folder with you, and at this point, you can delete the original zip file. We're not gonna need this anymore. So in here, you can go ahead and rename the folder if you want. I'm just gonna keep mine with the default name. And now, you're going to double click on this folder to open. And as such, you're gonna see all these files right here. And to start the emulator, you just have to double click on the RPCS3 application file. So go ahead and do that, and then it's gonna take you to this window. In here, you can do some stuff like create a desktop shortcut or also change the theme of the emulator. This one is gonna be up to you. Now to move on, turn off the show at startup option and enable the I have read the quick start guide, and then just click on continue. And there you go. Now the emulator will show up for you. This would be a good time to subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on this video. Now the first thing we're gonna do with the emulator is install the firmware. and we can get that on the official Sony website. The link for this page will be on the description of the video. So in here, you're gonna scroll down a little bit and arrive at this section, how to update PS3 system software. So you're gonna click on this option, update using a computer, and then you're gonna see this button showing up for you. For most people, just clicking on this button doesn't work. The download doesn't start for whatever reason. So what you're gonna do here, you're gonna click on this button with the right button of your mouse, and on this option, you're gonna select copy link address. And then you're gonna paste this link on the browser that you are using. So you can go ahead and just right click on this one and select the paste option, or you can just press Ctrl V as well. And now you just have to press enter to start the download. And you're going to download the firmware file to the same emulator folder. Here on my emulator folder, you can see that I have the firmware with me. It is this file, ps3 update.pup. So now what you're gonna do, go back to the emulator, click on the first option, file, and then you're gonna select install firmware. It should open the emulator folder by default. So now you just have to double click on the firmware file. In case this file isn't showing up for you, you're gonna go here to the bottom right side of the screen, click on PS3 update, and then you're gonna change this to all files. Then you're gonna see everything, and including the firmware as well. So go ahead and double click on this one, and it's gonna take you back to the emulator and install the firmware. It should only take a few seconds, and there you go. Go ahead and click on OK, and now it's going to compile the firmware PPU modules, but this one shouldn't take long. This would be a good time to subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on this video. Now, to add your games, you're gonna go back to the emulator folder, and you're gonna notice this folder here called games that was already created by the emulator. And this is the location where the emulator is going to scan for games. I have here with me two games, MotorStorm and Gran Turismo 6, and you can see that they are two different file formats. The disk image file, also known as ISO, and the PKG and RAP format. If you got your game on the disk image format, first you need to extract from it to get the folder with the files inside. And you can do that with 7-zip or whatever extracting software you might have. So I'm gonna start with MotorStorm to show you how this works. You're just gonna right click the disk image file, select 7-zip, and then select extract to and the name of the game. When it's done extracting, you're gonna see this folder with the name of the game, and inside you're gonna see files very similar to this one. And the way that they are now is good to go for the emulator. So if you have them open, you can just click on this refresh button and the game will appear right here. At this point, you can delete the original ISO of the game. We're not gonna need that anymore, but I'm gonna recommend you to do that only after you start the game and see if everything is running okay, in case you have to reinstall the game. The same goes for the PKG and RAP format after you're done installing them, which I'm gonna show you right now. If you have the game on the PKG and RAP format, you need to install these files on the emulator. And remember that you're gonna need both of these files right here for one game. The PKG is the game itself, and the RAP is like the digital license of the game. Also, very important, do not rename the PKG or the RAP. Keep them with the original name. You should know what game is, of course. This is Gran Turismo 6. And now we can go back on the emulator. You're gonna click on File and then select Install Packages. It should open the emulator folder by default. So now you're going to double click on the games folder. You're going to see both files, and you can just press and hold the left button on your mouse. Select both of these files and then click on Open. That way, it's going to install the game on the emulator. And how long this is going to take will depend on how big the game is. You can also drag and drop the PKG and RAP file directly into the emulator if you know how to do that. That also works. If you want to delete a game from the emulator, you just have to right-click on it, select the Manage Game option, and then click on Remove HDD Game. This window will open up. You can select extra options you want to remove as well, and then you click on Yes. If it's an ISO game, then it's the same thing. You're gonna select manage game, remove this game, and you're gonna see the same options. For installing DLC to any game, the process is the same as if you were installing a PKG game. I have here with me one of the DLCs for Gran Turismo 6, and they can be anywhere on your PC in this case. It doesn't have to be on the games folder. And like I said, it's the same as the PKG and RAP installation. So that means that one DLC will be a PKG file accompanied by a RAP file as well. So same as before, you need both files and do not rename them as well. And the installation, same thing as well. Click on File, Install Packages, locate the folder with your DLC, select both of them, and then click on Open. Now, you can see that for Gran Turismo 6, I have the vanilla version of the game, and the emulator is telling me that there is an update available. These are the same updates that the game had on the actual PS3. And you can and you should download the updates for your game here. And to do that, the way that I'm going to recommend you to do is by using this program called Rusty PSN. The link for this page will be on the description of the video. And on this page, you're going to check whatever it is the latest release available and go to the Assets section. And the one you're going to get for Windows is this one, Rusty PSN Windows.zip. This is the file you need to download. So go ahead and click on this one. And you can download this anywhere on your PC, but I'm going to download this to the same RPCS3 folder. So now back on the emulator folder, we have the Rusty PSN file. And this is a zip one you're going to have to extract. There's only a single file in here. So you can just right click on it, select 7-zip, and then click on extract here. You can go ahead and delete the original zip file. We're not going to need that anymore. And to start, you're just going to double click on Rusty PSN, and it's going to open this window here. Now, before you do anything else, we're going to set the location on where Rusty PSN will download the patches. And for that, you're going to click on this little gear, and you're going to click on Pick Folder. By default, it's going to open the emulator folder, but you can download the updates anywhere on your PC. In this case, I'm going to keep them on the emulator folder, but I'm just going to create a new folder here. And for that, you can right click anywhere on this folder, and then you're going to select New, and then select Folder. And you can name this whatever you want. I'm just going to call this Updates. Press Enter, and there you go. Now you're going to click on the updates, and then click on Select Folder. Now you just click on Save Settings. To download the patches, we're going to need the game serial code, and we can get that on the emulator. It is this code right here. And to copy, you're going to right click on the game, select Copy Info, and then click on Copy Serial. Now go back to Rusty PSN, and you can just click on Title Serial and press Ctrl V. Or you can right click and select the paste option. That's up to you. Now go ahead and click on Search for Updates. And just like that, Rusty PSN will list all the updates available for this one game. Gran Turismo 6 has a bunch of updates, so you can just download all of them, or you can just click on the ones you want. That's gonna be up to you. But for most cases, just like on the PS3, you want to have all the updates available for the game. These update files will be on the PKG format, so you already know what to do, right? To install them, you're gonna go back to the emulator, select the File option, and once again, Install Packages. Back on the emulator folder, in my case, I created the Updates folder, right? So if you double click on that, a folder with the name of the game, and inside all the updates that I got. So from here, you can just select all the updates, and then you're gonna click on Open. Because I have multiple updates, I get this window. The only thing you have to pay attention here is to check if the updates are in order. Because if they are not, or if you are missing a update, you're gonna get an error when trying to start the game. So just make sure that you have the right ones. This is for Gran Turismo 6. It might be different for another games. Some games start with 1.01 and then so on. Make sure they are all checked, and then you're gonna click on Install. And the emulator will tell you what version the game is currently in. If you want to delete the update, then you're going to click on View, go to Game Categories, and click on Game Data. You should see now a new entry of your game that says PS3 Game Data. So you're going to right-click on it, select Manage Game, and then you're going to click on Remove PS3 Game Data. And from here, you just click on Yes. This method only works for games that were installed using the folder format from the extracted ISO. It's not possible to delete an update from a game that were installed with the PKG and RAP format, just like the Gran Turismo 6 one that I have here with me. In that case, you have to delete the entire game and then reinstall. After you are done installing the updates, you can delete the original PKG files if you want. Now, one thing about this emulator is that there are a bunch of games that need specific settings in order to get the best performance and stability. And the best way to find them is on the RPCS3 wiki. The link will also be on the description of this video. And on this page, and in this page, you're going to click on the search icon, and you're going to type the name of the game you want to play. I'm going to show you here for Gran Turismo 6. Type the game and press enter, and it should take you to the games page. And below configuration, you can see the best settings that you can use for the game. And there are two ways you can apply these settings. The first one is by clicking here on config, and the settings you change here are going to be applied to every game you have. So the way I'm going to recommend you to do this is by set game specific configurations. And you can do this by just right-clicking on the game and then select Create Custom Configuration. And in here, you're going to set the settings you're going to get at the wiki. When it's done, click on Apply and then Save Custom Configuration. You're going to see this little icon right here. That means that this game is using specific settings. Make sure to always do this for every game you're about to play. Check the settings on the RPCS3 wiki. Another thing you can do to improve the performance and stability of your game is enable the game patches of the emulator. These are different than the updates we just got. These patches were made by the community and they are available right here on the emulator. When you open this for the first time, you're going to see a window asking you to download. Click on yes. And by doing so, it's going to look very similar to this. And then you're going to check the version that your game is. In this case, it's the complete edition of the game. Double click on that. And then you're going to see a bunch of patches like this one. This is going to be different depending on the game, but these patches usually involve things like disabling certain effects to improve performance, or unlocking the frame rate like this one, and introducing new graphical features like different aspect ratios, for example. But the patches that affect performance and stability can also be found on the same RPCS3 wiki page I just showed you before. To enable them, you just have to click on the little square next to it, and then you're going to click on Apply and then Save. And that's all you got to do for the game patches. Now, the last thing to do is to set up the controller you're going to use to play this, and you can also use your keyboard as well. And to do that, you're going to click here on Paths, and this window will open. And if you don't have your controller plugged in, go ahead and do that right now. By default, it's going to show you the keyboard, but if you want to use a controller, under Handlers, select the keyboard option right here. And this emulator supports pretty much all the controllers out there from PlayStation and Xbox, and even third-party controllers as well, if they are using one of the supported APIs. But basically, if you could play games on your PC with your controller before, it's likely they're going to work here as well. But if you're using a Xbox or third-party controller, there are two options that can work here: X-Input and SDL. X-Input is usually the best one and it should work for you. So if that's the case, you're going to select this one. I'm using a Xbox controller, so this is the one that I got. And as soon as you click on it, the emulator will do the automatic mapping for you. That means you are good to go. But if you want to change individual buttons, you just have to click on the one you want to change and then press that button on your controller just like that. If you are going to use a second controller, then you just have to do the same thing here but for the Player 2 tab. I currently don't have a second controller plugged in to show you, but you just have to do exactly the same thing here. Just make sure that under devices, you can see that the controller port 2 is connected, and then you're gonna apply that to Player 2 right here. And when you're done, click on Save. And that's it for the configuration. To start the game, you just have to double click on it in the menu. And when you start the game for the first time, it's going to compile these PPU modules, but this shouldn't take long. It's going to depend on the game itself and how good your CPU is. But you only have to do this for the first time you start the game. And to go full screen, you can either double click your screen or you can press F11 on your keyboard. I have many tutorial videos like this on the channel, so if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and check out my other content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.